Whenever possible, I look into every celebrity gossip blog in order to make sure, well, not make sure, but see what Disney's up to. Because even if you follow every Disney-related blog, they don't keep you up to date on everything. And that's how I learned that Disney is in the works for making a live-action version of Cinderella and a live-action version of Beauty and the Beast called The Beast. And I'm just gonna say right now, I'm uncomfortable with that. It's kind of been done to death. I've mentioned this in my Mulan videos and probably other ones, but why can't we come up with something original these days? Why can't we go outside our normal scope? In the past couple of years, we've had several Snow White attempts, and the story's just been done to death. We pretty much know every outline and every feature, and there's only so many ways you can tell the same story with new angles. Let's be honest. I really just don't understand why another Cinderella is being made, or why another Beauty and the Beast is being made. Because honestly, if you've done it once, I think it's enough. I think they've already had the best versions of them animated. Why do they think they'll do better with live action? And we've had live action Beauty and the Beast, we've had live action Cinderellas from other companies. And again, I just don't see the point. If you really want to make another successful fairy tale movie, why not just branch out and get something original? Or at least just try something that hasn't been done a million times already. We've seen Snow White and Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast over and over and over. We get them already. Even the youngest child today probably knows the lines by heart. It's just kind of sad, almost, that you aren't brave enough to try something else. I mean, and Hansel and Gretel, that was a pretty shitty movie. It was mostly made for shits and laughs, but at least it was something different. At least they tried. At least they did a story that wasn't already seen a million times. Honestly, I would love to see Disney try Hansel and Gretel. I'd love to try and see them do Red Riding Hood, but not the same fairy tales they've already done. And what would be so terrible about going outside your own country and just trying to see where other fairy tales are? Because the world is bigger than America and Europe. There are more fairy tales out there from every single culture and race, and it would just be so refreshing to see that. But instead, we're going back to the same old formulas that we see in like cartoons and TV shows again and again and again. Poison apple, evil stepmother, glass shoe, monster is actually a prince. Oh my god, enough already. I love these stories, I do. But I just want to see something else from this really, really creative company, these good actors, and these good writers. It just seems like a waste of time and money when there's endless potential out there, but you're going for the safety net. And that's just sad. And you don't trust yourself enough to go outside your boundaries. Now, I know I'm saying a lot for movies that probably haven't even started production yet. But, like I said, it just makes me sad that they're not even trying to poke outside. You have Disney has so much potential and like really endless potential, endless opportunities. They have so much money and actors. They can reach out and take anything they want, but they choose to stay in the same little hole. And that's why I was initially excited for Frozen, because this wasn't a story that had been done to death. This wasn't something we'd seen over and over. This wasn't new. I mean, I'd seen it before, but I hadn't seen it in forever. I mean, I hadn't seen it since like the 50s or 70s Russian cartoon. This was a brand new idea, more or less. Until I got disappointed by all the cliches and stuff. But still, at least they tried. At least they went for something different. At least they did something that wasn't seen for a long time. This is what Disney should aim for. And the fact that they're aiming for it in animation rather than live action, I think says a lot. Because people think live action should be so serious when it comes to fairy tale. Whereas animation, you're free to go silly and fantasy and all that. But I think if you do live action, it doesn't have to be entirely serious. I think you should be given free range to do what you want. If I had to take a guess, these new adaptations of Cinderella and the Beast will probably be darker and edgier, which is okay if you do it right. I mean, there are ways to do it wrong. But, I just really want to see more creativity. We've had these angles and cliches and plots so much. I just really, right now, have no drive to see them. Maybe if they got into good actors, and maybe if they got into notable writers, I might see them, but like, what I know now, I'm just not interested. And I really have to wonder how it'll pull other people in. And hopefully Disney will learn that kind of lesson and try to step out of familiar boundaries. The last Beauty and the Beast live action adaptation was from a very good book, but instead of actually making the guy ugly, they just gave him fancy tattoos. Made him dark and brooding, mysterious, and gee, what woman doesn't love that? So, yeah, I'm kind of worried how they'll go with a live action Beauty and the Beast kind of thing, because let's face it, when Hollywood wants to make something ugly outside of animation, they don't really go that well. The fat girls are really not that huge. The ugly girls are still not even homely. Hollywood is terrified of ugliness when it's supposed to be on a good person. Which is really kind of sad, and again, makes me kind of, uncomfortable with seeing Beauty and the Beast live action, because we'll probably see more of Hollywood, just not daring to take that step. Cinderella could... No, I can't finish that sentence. I really just don't know how else they could do that story. I mean, we've seen it so many times. It's exhausted at this point. So I guess at this point we'll have to wait and see what else develops. Maybe I'll take my words back. Who knows? But for now, I remain disappointed, and I kind of hope Disney, will try to step out of boundaries a little more in the future. So I'll try and keep you guys updated if I hear anything, be it good news or bad news.